Hello and welcome to Kent Tonight Live on KMTV. I'm Megan Shaw and here are your top stories on Friday the 6th of February. Data on drugs. Concern grows among professionals about the increase of youth drug use.
I knew I was using heavy from a young age, do you know what I mean? An age what you wouldn't expect someone to be using drugs at that age.
Happy birthday, KFO! Kent Film Office celebrates its 20th anniversary in Maidstone Studios.
Have local hotels, pubs, obviously hostelries, you have local taxi firms, you have local catering, so it really does help to boost the local economy.
And KMTV Supreme. Our reporter faces off against professional table tennis player who trained Timothy Chalamet in Marty Supreme.
I did sessions with him, so like rehearsing and gave little tips and tricks here and there. And yeah, it was awesome too.
Now, more children in Kent are being supported for drug and alcohol problems than last year, with many still in their early teens. Behind the figures are families, frontline workers and people in recovery who say exposure to drugs is happening earlier, often online and often unnoticed. But what are parents and communities doing to help in the county? And Kristen Hawthorne has been speaking with a recovering addict professionals to find out more.
New data shows the number of under-18s being treated for drug and alcohol problems is rising sharply across Kent and Medway, with ketamine emerging as a growing concern among younger users. In Medway, the number of children and teenagers in treatment has climbed by 55%, from 110 last year to 170 this year, one of the biggest increases anywhere in England. I went to the Kenmore Trust Rehab to find out more.
Traditionally, probably a lot of people coming to our rehabs are sort of mid to late 20s and upwards, I would say, but I'd say definitely we're seeing a drop in the age group slightly, particularly in recent years around ketamine use. That has meant that we are having to work with a younger age group in the service.
Started taking things to look cool, do you know what I mean? So I can't remember what day it is, do you know what I mean? But I knew it was a very young age. Me using, I've lost a lot of memory from being young, so I can't really remember being young. But 15, 16, like heavy use, maybe 14.
His experience reflects a wider pattern. Professionals say ketamine use is particularly worrying because it's often perceived as low risk, yet can cause long-term damage to both physical and mental health.
We're getting quite a lot of people in now who this is their first time, and actually their addictions really caught up with them really quickly. So actually they've gone from being in what they probably thought was quite a nice space around the substances they were using to suddenly having a lot of physical pain and having a lot of suffering coming out of the blue almost for them, and suddenly having to go into hospitals, then going to detox, then going into a rehab, all within quite a short period of time compared to maybe more traditional drug and alcohol users.
Families and schools now face the challenge of the realities of youth drug use.
My son Will died 7 years ago. He died on a night out with a friend, just experimenting really. So it's just given me this passion to help educate young people about the dangers of experimenting. It's a flip of a coin at the end of the day. You haven't got a clue what substance you take is going to do to your body and how you're going to react to it. I think differently, education programme is not about not doing things, it's about informing them, giving them the information so they can make their own decisions when they're in that moment, you know, at a festival, at a party, and they get offered something, it might make them just think differently.
Professionals say tackling the issue will require better education, early intervention and more support. But for many of those already affected, the cost of the lessons are very real. Kristen Hawthorne, KMTV.
Next, potholes in Hartley are causing travel chaos as drivers say they've been forced to swerve to avoid damaging their vehicles. The road on Mats Hill is notorious for its crater-like potholes, and a local business owner says the route is so bad that she feels drivers will avoid visiting. It's renewed calls for the local council to re-tarmac the road, and Chloe Brewster is here in the studio now to tell us a little bit more. So Chloe, I mean, I've encountered many a pothole in my time driving around the roads. They can't be that bad, surely.
Well, they are, you know, you can see in that image just there, it's either avoid the potholes or end up in the water.
Or drown.
Yeah, or drown. So it's a pretty serious situation. It's more than a bump. If you go into one of these potholes, it will rip your tyre. And not only that, it could cause damage to your suspension, your subframe, or throw off your car's wheel alignment. So yeah, really, really damaging if you end up in one of these. It's not just potholes, it's loose tarmac, it's uneven road surface. Some of these potholes are even between 8 to 10 inches deep, with residents putting out cones to try and prevent motorists from driving into them. A local food van even said they see 2 vehicle blowouts a week on this road. So
and we can see
serious.
them there.
Yeah,
look how deep they are. Yeah, they are huge.
Like, good thing he's got his wellies on.
Yeah. So why can they be so bad then? We heard from that local business owner there that it's disrupting her business.
Yeah, so Kirsty, a local business owner, she owns an alpaca farm nearby, and she says she believes the potholes are so bad because of how close this road is to the farm. Obviously, there's big, heavy machinery that's constantly making these journeys along the road. And yeah, the regular vehicle use means it makes it much more susceptible to the damage.
And we don't have too much time, Chloe, but do tell us, have the council said anything at all?
So Medway Council say they're aware of the 13 defects along Mats Hill Road, and they say they're going to be re-analysing the priority for this area and whether they should be trying to fix potholes a bit more regularly here.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for bringing us that story and for keeping us updated there. Next, Kent Film Office is celebrating its 20th anniversary today, has had a huge impact on Kent's filming industry, according to attendees of the celebration. Part of Kent County Council, the Film Office deals with the most of the organisational aspects of TV production, such as looking for locations and putting together a crew. And our reporter, Naila Mohammed, attended the anniversary celebrations earlier today.
What do Bridgerton, Call the Midwife and The Mummy all have in common? Well, they were filmed right here in Kent. The Kent Film Office, now celebrating its 20th anniversary, has been playing a starring role in film and TV. From studios like this one in Maidstone to more scenic locations across the county, the Kent Film Office plays a large part in organising the production.
It starts with trying to find locations when location managers come and ask for them, find something suitable. And then if they do come, we help them organise the shoot, from road closures to public rights of way closures to getting rubbish removed, to find parking, hotels, etc., permits, everything. So we do everything for them to make sure that they have a good experience.
When people think of filming and TV, they probably think of Hollywood, big bright lights and a red carpet, maybe even unaware that a red carpet has been rolled out in Kent over the last 20 years. I am speaking metaphorically, there is no red carpet behind me, but I am in Maidstone Studios, surrounded by location managers, film producers and even members of the Kent Film Office, who are celebrating their 20th anniversary this year. Now, the Kent Film Office are the behind-the-scenes heroes of the Kent film industry. They ensure smooth location hunting and even that the production crew are kept local. The aim is to make sure the production in Kent benefits Kent, especially when it comes to the economy.
That has a knock-on effect to our economy. It's not just...
Paul Webb is a cabinet member for Community and Regulatory Services at Kent County Council.
It's almost like a spider's web. It permeates out from when they start filming. You have local hotels, pubs, obviously hostleries, you have local taxi firms, you have local catering. So it really does help to boost the local economy, and it goes right throughout the county. And it really does help to encourage young people in Kent as well to get on that ladder of working in the film and TV industry.
Kent Film Office also helps scout locations, even using some of the residents' housing as a potential set for film and TV.
We own an American sort of Antipodean style house in the Kent countryside. So we let it out for filming, photo shoots, pop videos, all sorts of things. So we get sort of scenes in quite big movies, and we've had Black Mirror and things like that at our house. So it's been really good fun.
And now, at 20 years old, the Kent Film Office is still very much in production. And judging by the demand for Kent on screen, there are plenty more scenes still to come. Naila Mohammed for KMTV in Maidstone.
Now, research done by a heritage community company has revealed that one of Kent's most historic waterways is heavily polluted with bacteria. Milton Creek in Sittingbourne has been found to have almost 10 times more bacteria than the River Seine in Paris back in 2024, when a number of Olympic events were cancelled due to pollution. Rabel Charters has been collecting samples from the creek since 2023. And the director, Chris Foster, has led the research efforts along with volunteers and tested 3 different spots on the creek. You can hear from him now.
So the report, unfortunately, is not so great news. Essentially, Milton Creek has poor ecological status. The bacterial levels are so high, it would be completely unsuitable for any recreation. And yeah, it's safe to say the creek's in quite a lot of trouble, yeah. Because we had 3 different sites, we could sort of triangulate where the pollution was coming from. And it seemed that most of the problem seemed to be with the sewage treatment works and the combined sewage outfall right next to it.
Now, that's all we've got time for now, but we've got plenty more after the break, so stay put. We'll be hearing about the Eurasian lynx set to be rescued from Ukraine after the big cat sanctuary exceeded their funding target, and also our own reporter Finn McDermott spoke and played with table tennis players Josh Bennett, who recently trained Timothy Chalamet in the hit film Marty Supreme. We'll also be talking to Kent Phoenix American Football Youth Club coming up to the Super Bowl. Don't move, stay. Hello and welcome back to Kent Tonight live here on KMTV. Now, the Big Cat Sanctuary has announced that they've surpassed their fundraising target to rescue a Eurasian lynx from Ukraine. The sanctuary, which began the initiative back in 2024, has announced that the target goal of £100,000 has surpassed £134,000. Sorry. The Eurasian lynx, known as Ursa, will be housed at a redeveloped habitat, which has been named the Premier Coatings Small Cat Rescue Centre, after the local business donated around £50,000. Ursa, who was born in Ukraine back in 2023, will be brought to Kent in March, where she'll receive care in her new home.
We've had some amazing support over the years, and just seeing that continue, especially in today's climate, is just really special. In 2024, we did a lion rescue from Ukraine from Wild Animal Rescue, and it wasn't until further conversations after her rescue, Natalia, who's based at Wild Animal Rescue Centre in Kyiv, she just begged me that she had a little lynx called Ursa, who's in the converted horse stable, so she didn't have access to outside areas. Bombs are falling, and she was just like, please, can you give her a home? And then, yeah, we got to work as soon as we were all in agreement that we can do this for her, so we can give her a better life. And yeah, that's when the work started to try and rescue her. The illegal pet trade is the 4th biggest illegal trade on the planet. And sadly, it's one of the biggest impactors of the decline of so many species around the world. You know, lynxes are not pets. Exotic cats are not pets. And it's something that we're really trying to tackle, but also raise awareness on. But, you know, when she was found malnourished, parasites, not in a good way, you know, she's never been outside before on grass. So hopefully there'll be many firsts for Ursa, and she can be a little bit more how a lynx should be.
And now let's take a look at the weather. Tonight will be a mixture of cloud and clear skies, wind speeds reaching 10 miles an hour heading northeast. Into tomorrow morning, Dartford will have some light rain. The rest of the county stays cloudy, bit of clear skies towards Margate. Temperatures around 9 degrees. Into the afternoon, slight temperature rise to 10 degrees, bit of sun reaching Maidstone and only drizzles around Dartford. And for your outlook for the rest of the weekend, we've got 11 degrees on Sunday, a bit of sun peeking through, down to 10 on Monday and Tuesday. Quite overcast, but luckily no rain scheduled. And some of Kent's cinema goers may have thought Timothée Chalamet's latest film, Mighty Supreme, that sees a victory-hungry table tennis pro in the 1950s. The film features England's real-life number 14, Josh Bennett, who came down to Medway Park Sports Centre this week to teach some aspiring players some new moves that he taught to the film's stars. And Finn McDermott was down at the Leisure Centre to find out more and challenge Josh to a game.
Timothée Chalamet and Mighty Supreme have been breaking the box office, making millions and raking in awards. So when Medway Sports Park had table tennis set up for 40 schools this week, they decided to bring in one England professional, who's also an actor from the film, to show off his skills.
They basically said, come down, we've got this massive event. They've got obviously 2 days of tournaments happening yesterday and today. So yeah, I was like, yeah, happy days, I'll come down. It'd be nice to meet everybody and yeah, show my face basically. So.
Josh is the number 14 table tennis player in the country and got involved with the film after being sent a casting call from Table Tennis England before doing auditions and being flown out to New York, where he was in the film, and also helped train Timothy behind the scenes.
So he had a whole training regime himself. I'm sure you've heard him speak about it. You know, the whole process, he was started, you know, a good 6-7 years ago from the sounds of things. But I was only out there just briefly before the start of the film, and yeah, I did sessions with him, so like rehearsing and gave little tips and tricks here and there. And yeah, it was awesome to meet him, and obviously to see someone like him playing table tennis as well for the film. It was pretty cool.
Josh also showed off some of the items he'd kept from the set, including a poster with his character on it and a signed bat from Koto Kawaguchi, another pro who played Koto Endo in the film. He also gave out autographs to some of Medway's aspiring players.
Do you say tonight's made you like table tennis a little bit more, maybe a little bit less? I don't know, it depends how much you've been winning.
A bit more. Yeah, I like playing table tennis in my free time because it's like you can get with the community and it's like you can make friends.
But Josh wasn't the only one signing autographs.
Well, we always are looking for the talent here in Medway, and that's from every field, whether that's sports, entertainment, even journalism. So from that perspective, I'm really proud of the kind of individuals that step forward. And nights like tonight, many people, perhaps more mature people who perhaps play table tennis for fun, again, coming to see an international player like Josh is a real rare opportunity in this particular sport, but it's something we're very proud we do in Medway all the time.
Vince refused my offer of a game, so I asked Josh, who said he wouldn't let me take a single point.
Now it's time for me to play Josh himself. He's ranked the England #1 in Marty Supreme and the England #14 in real life. Time to see his skills for myself. Well, I think I'll leave it to the pros, both for table tennis and for acting. Finn McDermott for KMTV in Medway.
And American football might be a long way from Kent, but to find out more, I spoke to Kent Phoenix coach Martin Carr and his son Henry. And I'm joined now by Henry and Martin from Kent Phoenix. So, first of all, can you please tell me what is the difference between, I suppose, the normal football we see on the television and American football for anyone who's not too familiar?
So I suppose American football is probably closer to rugby than anything over here, but it's way more tactical. It's almost like a human game of chess with, when you move up to kitted levels, with lots of contact.
And
yeah.
Oh, sorry.
It's very different because, first of all, use your hands instead of your feet, especially for flag. So yeah, it's really, really different to normal football.
What would you say the kind of American football scene is like in Kent? Are you one of many teams?
In Kent, there's a handful of teams. There's Kent Phoenix, Orpington Exiles. There's more I'm forgetting, clearly.
There's one in Canterbury, isn't there?
Yes, I don't think they do flag. I think they're more kit. And there's a lot of university teams. There's loads of amateur teams all over the place. It's a really big, growing sport. With the NFL Academy setting up over here recently, and the NFL coming over to Wembley and Tottenham quite regularly, the sport is growing, and obviously flags now going into the Olympics in LA, so that should be a bit of a boom.
And Henry, particularly, obviously you're quite young. How did you get into American football as opposed to, I mean, I suppose a lot of your classmates might play rugby or British football?
Yeah. To be honest, I used to watch it with Dad quite a lot, and I was just joking to my mum, and I was like, "Could I play American football?" She's like, "Yeah, okay, we'll find you a team." And then we found Kent Phoenix, and we've joined, and yeah.
Never look back.
And how long have you both been playing?
So 2-3 years, probably. I used to play a lot of rugby before, and you've started playing rugby as well. But yeah, the American football is just something else. It's great.
Yeah.
Have you name a team that you've played? Do you go across the country playing matches?
This weekend, our flag teams are going down to Windlesham Schoolhouse, or Winston House School, I think, actually, to play them and Brighton Hove Scorpions. So that's going to be a nice little friendly tournament. Our kitted players, Legion, tend to travel around the country. They were undefeated last season, so they're going to start their season looking to get going. And we've just started up our under-16s kitted team, Blaze, and hopefully they're going to go on to big things as well.
And is that kind of, are you both on a mission maybe to increase popularity of American football in Kent and I suppose the rest of the UK? Is it something you try maybe promote?
Yeah, absolutely. The more players we can get involved in it, the better. It's a growing sport. We cater to all ages, all abilities. The flag, if you don't like the contacts, if you want to go full contacts when you're older, you can. So it's a great opportunity. We've had players come through Kent Phoenix who have gone through our flag program, through our kitted program. They're now playing for university teams. They're getting sponsorship deals with Under Armour and things like that. So it's a fantastic opportunity for kids to come through.
I suppose the main reason we want to chat to you today is also because the Super Bowl's about to start. Is it something you look forward to every year?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Especially this year as our team's back in contention. So.
Who are you looking forward to see?
Patriots.
Yeah, New England Patriots. No one else will think they'll win, but we're back on top.
Do you watch all the games live? So do you need to stay up really late to be able to see them?
Being an NFL fan in the UK takes dedication and a lack of sleep. So yeah, having to watch them, especially Super Bowl, it'll be 11:30 kickoff, 3,
Yeah.
4 o'clock in the morning finish. I'm not working Monday.
Yeah.
Any predictions for this year, or are you just kind of hoping your team scores big?
Just really hope Patriots able to win. To be honest, we've gone from the last couple of seasons absolutely terrible, and now we've really flipped it around, and we're in Super Bowl. So that's fun.
Absolutely, definitely an achievement. And how long does the Super Bowl last? Is it something that you recommend people at home to tune into, even if they've never been interested in American football as much?
Oh, if you're going to watch any game, watch the Super Bowl. It's the biggest game in the entire season. It has loads of everything else going on around it. The halftime show. If you don't like the football, watch the music. Watch all the razzmatazz around it. But yeah, it's a long day normally on Super Bowl, because not only have you got the game, you've got all the Super Bowl adverts, you've got the halftime stuff. You're looking 3-4 hours, but it's absolutely worth it.